Welcome back. Tonight in our continuing series of special reports called Behind the Badge, we're taking a ride with officers at Northport Police Department who patrol the hard-to-get-to parts of the city.
The Special Enforcement Team, or SET, is made up of highly trained officers who drive ATVs, bicycles, and four-wheelers. And as ABC 7's Christopher Brantley shows us, their jobs put them in some precarious situations.
S-133 Northport 1050. It'll be on Yorkshire at the I-75 overpass. A red pickup truck towing a trailer, no visible 28. It's a boat trailer.
Our day with Sergeant Fred Myers of the Northport Special Enforcement Team began without a tag.
How come you don't have a tag on your trailer?
Sergeant Myers is the set leader. He doesn't normally pull people over for traffic stops, but just a few minutes earlier, we drove up on the man trying to back his boat into private property connected to a lake.
You know you can't be back there, right? No. It's all city-owned, bank-owned property.
This is what SET does, keeping an eye on the mostly abandoned parts of Northport, areas like this.
It's what the riders will call the civic hole. Really popular spot with the ATVs and the mud trucks. As you can see, there's trails and tracks and spots when we have rain, it gets bogged out.
So this area wasn't always a giant sand pit as it is now. It used to be full of grass and normal ground, but after years of people using vehicles out here that they're not supposed to, it turned into a giant sand pit.
The area is prime for parties, and some have gotten out of hand.
We've had several stabbings, shootings. There's a lot of criminal activity that comes out of parties.
We were in a police Chevy Tahoe, but it could only go so far without getting stuck in soft sand. That's where the ATVs come in handy.
We're able to go in the woods and basically patrol where, our law enforcement vehicles can't go.
During our visit, we found the makings of an impending party.
These skids and these logs here, and they got the fixings for a first-class bonfire, so this is probably going to be a party spot come this upcoming weekend.
Northport sanitation staff later came and removed the firewood.
They're very, very good at talking to people.
The officers are hand-picked for their gift of gab. Talking to form relationships is a must.
They can look for specific challenges in the neighborhood and address those and not be worried about calls for service coming in.
Officer James Litherand is one of those bicycle officers.
When you're in a car, all they see is a vehicle go by. They'll wave, we'll wave back. That's about all the interaction we typically have. Being out here on a bicycle, I can communicate with a person, I can stop, talk to them, they can talk back.
That's exactly what Officer Litherand did, stopping to ask this resident if he had seen anything out of the ordinary. As for the driver of that truck and trailer, Sergeant Myers issued him a warning. After 16 years on the force, he said every day is an adventure.
Every time walking up to a vehicle on a stop, you just never know who you're going to encounter, and it's part of why we do the job, the unknown.
In Northport, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And tomorrow in our Behind the Badge series, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office Drug Unit. What investigators are doing to stop drugs from moving through our streets. Again, that's tomorrow on ABC 7 News at 5. And if you'd like to see all of our reports on law enforcement agencies across the Suncoast, go to our website, mysuncoast.com.